Damn, dude, I have to fucking type shit. Okay, let me get something to smoke real quick. It's hot as hell. Oh fuck, I gotta burn sage. Gotta burn that sage. Gotta burn that sage. Fucking finger. Hi. We're going over astrology signs today. Hope you're all cool with the signs. I think this is this type of sage. Oh shit, man. I'm fucking burning myself. Oh my god. I'm finna set the whole fucking studio on fire. Hi. Hi. I hope y'all are good today. So today I'm doing a spiritual and introduction class. Not introduction. God damn it. I'm doing a Astro Talk. Astrology 101. So before I start, let me burn some sage. Because when I read my cards this morning, it told me work with my third eye. This is a way to open up the third eyes with the sage. You have a good day too. Man, so it's going on pretty quick, which is a good sign that it means that there's good spirits around, good energy around. It's not really needed to burn long. When it burns long, it just means that it needs to burn to clear out energy. Feels that there was like a negative spirit around. Thank you for the likes, y'all, and thank y'all for being here. So I'm doing an astrology class. We're going over all the signs, the planets, and the houses. Just real quick, the basics. Let me make sure I burn everything. And before I start, give me a moment. Let me smoke. I don't like to talk about my period too much, but I started it this morning. And for me, I have very painful ones, so I'm so lucky that it didn't come in painful. I've been using dark chocolate. So for those guys, you know, you're into your ladies, when they come around, before they start their little time of the month, grab them some dark chocolate for their tummy. They will love you forever. And a heating pad. But I'm thankful I'm not feeling that bad. So what's the first thing I want to talk about with astrology? The first thing I want to mention is that it's a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. You know how like in the 90s when people were people were losing weight and everybody was on that and they were saying this is a lifestyle change. When you get into paying attention to your diet and things like that, like it's a change. So I want to take that off of that lifestyle change and I just want to say lifestyle. This is a type of lifestyle that everybody is into. Similar to like people who live all about their money, that's a lifestyle. People who are Christians and they go to Sabbath, they go to church, they engage with learning their Bible, that's a lifestyle. And so what that means is that you're ever learning, you're always learning. So yeah, you'll be able to learn the basics of some things like within a month, but this is a lifestyle. Basically, like you're going to be learning till you die. That's what that means by that. Astrology is a lifestyle. So yeah, I'm gonna teach you some basics real quick in this video, but you still gonna be learning new things till you die. I subscribe for you. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for coming by and watching. So for the people who just popped in, regularly I'm a cartomancer. What that means is that I read the cards. That's my tool. That's my relationship to that tool. But today I'm going to be doing Astro Talk. So what is that's short for basically astrology talk. Basically, what is everybody talking about out here? And so a lot of people want to figure out how to find their top three, their sun, moon, and rising. So I'm going to tell you how to get to that throughout this video. So I speak in layman's terms. I try to stay away. I try to speak modern, and I try to stay away from riddles so that people can understand what I'm saying right away. I am a teacher, so that makes sense for that. Astrology and astronomy are both the study of the stars, but astronomy is the study of the planets and the stars, period. Astrology is studying the planets and stars and how they impact us, because they do. They're called celestial bodies, these big ass planets. And the one that we're on and the ones that are around us, everything affects us. It's called our environment. So, what else do I want to say? So, in the description below, I'm a cartomancer. That's the tool I choose to read to connect with the spirits. All these are different tools. So, people who are astrologers, that's a tool that they choose to connect with people and the spirits and to understand what's beyond the veil. Like to understand, because okay, the truth is, a lot of people they straight up lie to you. So, a lot of people need to look beyond that. So, that's a certain tool that people use to look beyond that. Some people use psychology. That's a tool. What else? Some people use mediumship. That's a tool. All these things are different tools. I specialize in the cards. So when y'all want to get deeper than what we're going beyond the basics, like right now, I put some people in the description of this video below. What does that say? There's more about. Yeah, so y'all can learn more. After this video, y'all are gonna y'all are going to want to learn more. So there's Astro Finesse down there. I repeat a lot of what he says. And then the last three of the people, it's underneath the deep astrology references. So there's other people that you can learn more about your chart, the glyphs, the aspects, light and dark, because there are within every sign, there's light, which means that they're evolved, they're the good part of that sign, and then there's dark, which means that they're unevolved, they're evil, they don't want to work with maturity. A lot of people call those unevolved and they're unmature. So basically, we're going over the basics. Yeah, so if you want to know more, Astro Finesse, I got Gabrielle. So the last three under the deep astrology references, those are for you people who are Scorpion rising like me. So there's like so people who are Scorpion rising, people who have Scorpion dominant in their chart, there is a lot of pain that you go through within your life, this lifetime, and there's a reason why. And the reason why is because what you learn, you don't get a lot of help. So the things that you learn to help yourself is you teach other people. And so they can help themselves. And you help a lot of people who are going through like serious trauma. So that's why you go through the things that you go through. So the last three astrologers that I put in there, they are really good with that Scorpion, that dominant Scorpion energy. The Pure Astrology, Mina, Midnight Astrologer, I don't want to fuck up their names. It's down there, and then the birthday. God damn it. Anyways, so when I upload these lives, give me a day for them to process, and the hyperlinks. So hyperlinks mean that when you click on it, it goes straight to your page. Wait till tomorrow. Wait till it uploads to go to that. But right now, if you want to go to those people, you'll have to type it in your search bar. So let's begin. Let me do one more hit. Thank you for being here with me and being patient as I settle my tummy. Some people are like, you don't need to do that. Well, this is some tools that I choose to use when I'm on my period to chill it out. And I'm glad that I did, because otherwise I would have canceled this little class today. The analog clock, the signs, planets, and the houses. Okay. For those people, like a lot of people like to come along and get mad and say that what you're doing is the devil work, which is complete ludicrous. You know, they're not even talking from anything that they learned from the Bible, because astrology, the clock, all this is found in Exodus of the Bible. So let me pull out a chart real quick so I can show you. The clock that everyone is fashioning these things off of is off of your analog clock. So I can't believe that I have to talk like this nowadays. When I learned how to read time, it wasn't off of a digital clock like this. This is the difference that I'm talking about. This is called a digital clock. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And I'm talking about an analog clock. That is what our charts are based off of. A clock. This is your chart. This is what we're talking about, right? This is what we're talking about. So if you pay attention, I'm only going to refer to back a few things to this chart. This is a whole nother lesson. Like we can't even start basics like this. But basically, we go from just how y'all look at a clock, right? 1 and 12, right? 1, and we go all the way to 12. So for some people who y'all see, if they have an old fashioned clock on their wrist, yes, they're telling time, but sometimes if they're deep into the astrology, they'll look at this to help them combinate combos and stuff like that in their head. So how do I can I explain this to put it simple? That's basically a map of the world. So this is what everybody is basically talking about. Let's get to the interesting stuff, the top 3. How do people get to the top 3? What is your sun, moon, and rising? What is your stellium? So the stellium, I want to, like, some people are like, what is a stellium? A stellium means that you have 3 or more planets. So example, this is my mom's chart real quick. So when I read people their birth charts, this is like what I print out for them when I start explaining their chart. So a stellium over here, she has 3 or more planets in one house. So these are the planets. These are the degrees. These are the signs, and these are their houses. Each house has a number, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go over that throughout the video. So basically a stellium means that, so your first house is dominant energy. How else did people tell that you have dominant energy? If you have a stellium in your chart. So they look at your chart, you see how this, like, there's just two things. There's just two things, a lot of houses, there's empty. So a stellium means that this person had a lot going on in one chart, which means that as well. So for Capricorn, it means that Capricorn is dominant in their chart as well. So like some people are like, what is a stellium? That's what a stellium is. Your top 3. To explain your top 3, your sun, moon, and rising, all right? Because so some people just ask, what is your sun sign? Where I live in the West. I live in America. So I just say the West, right? North America, South America, we all talk like this. Most people over here go by your sun sign. For example, I'm Aquarius. I tell them I'm Aquarius. So in the East, when they ask for your sign, they're asking for your rising sign. So my rising sign is Scorpio. So for other people, they want to know deeper, what is your moon sign? My moon sign is a Sagittarius. So what are they collecting from me? So when I'm telling them that my moon sign is a Sagittarius, they're understanding. So she gets mad and she gets sad like a Sagittarius. What do they tend to do when they get mad and sad? They want to holler, scream. Sometimes they curse you out. They hit you below the belt. They slam the door and they go. So when some people deal with me and they want to continue to work through the hard times with me, they'll consider that I get like that when I get mad. So they'll think about, what can I do that I could still stay with this person while they get mad? So some people just usually leave me alone till they meet up with me the next day and I calm down. Everyone has something different that they use that works with them to work with these different people and their signs. So I got this. I like this from Astro Finesse, how he explains your sun, moon, and rising. So your rising sign is how you appear to everyone. And I kind of don't understand why the whole world doesn't go off of this. And then in the West, we go off of your sun sign. That's supposed to be what you're supposed to be, what you evolve to be, what you're supposed to be around the end of your life. But your rising sign is what you are now, like how you appear to people now. So basically, if you come up on a house and we look up at this outside of a house and we see the white picket fence, I got this analogy from Astro. So when you go over to his channel, you're going to hear him say this too. We look at the outside of the house. We look at the fence. We look at the yard. We look at the siding. We look at the painting, the paint job of the house. So example, mine's a Scorpio. Mine's is going to be all black. I'll explain that later within the video. So that's called your rising sign. Where do people get the rising? Like, why are people even worried about the rising sign from? I'll dive into that real quick. So your rising sign is when you were born at a certain time, the sun rays were pushing over the earth that we're on. And so they calculate that, and they calculate that as your rising sign. So like, y'all ever heard that song, The House of the Rising Sun? That's how I click things with that. So this is your rising sign. When people come up to you and they look at the appearance, the outside, what the outside looks like I said, we're coming up on that house and it's all black for me. That's called my rising. My ascendant? What's another word that people call for it? Your rising, your ascendant. So when we go inside the house and you're chilling in the living room, in the dining room, this is where most people are entertained at. This is your sun sign. And so when we go up to the bedroom, this is where most people don't go. This is where your close friends and only your family go. Hopefully you don't invite everybody to your bedroom. Where I'm taught, everybody doesn't go up there. And so this is what most people don't see, kind of like the moon. The moon doesn't come out all the time. You only see it once in a while. So it's kind of like the moon. It's kind of like the moon within you. So the moon within you, that comes out when people are usually one-on-one with you, usually just your close relatives and friends see that part of you. And then when people do see that part of you is when you're mad and when you're sad. So how to find out your sun, moon, and rising. I put down there is Chani. So she's an astrologer who made her own software. And so you guys can use any type of astrology software. But so I use this one. I like her. Why do we use those, right? For the way that it looks and to keep our star information together. I like how she holds your chart in that app and you can keep it on your phone. But what I really like about her is, so when y'all look at horoscopes, you're looking at a general. They're reading a collective. They're reading a group of Aquariuses. But like for her, you might have to do this after the live, or maybe you have another phone. You could do it right now. So for her app, you put in your information. And I'm about to go into that just now. So you put in your information to get your sun, moon, and rising. She calculates your whole chart. So when she sends you a horoscope, it's personalized just for you. She's also a planet transitioner, which means that, so their tools are the planets. To me, that's nuts. Like, I'm over here people use tools of crystals, people use tools of cards, people use tools of spirit speaking in their ears. Planet transitioners use the fucking celestial bodies. They use planets to tell you what they feel like is going to happen next, which is another way of just being accurate. You can plan, like, why people like it. You can plan weddings, you can plan things around illnesses, you can plan serious celebrations, graduations, stuff like that. So she does that, and so I like that within that app, because if you pay, that's what you get when you pay towards her app, is like how the planets are moving within your chart. It's really, really personalized. So how do we get our birth time? You have to go back to your mommy. You got to go get mommy. You got to go get your mom, or you got to go get whoever's still alive, your father, if you're adopted, your guardian. You need to go get your birth certificate. On your birth certificate, it's going to say the time that you were born. So when you fill this out, the charts, so you can figure out your sun, moon, and rising, you need to know the time that you were born, your birthplace. You can put your name in there, but your name is not too important. You can put your full name in there. And I think that's the main thing. You need to know your your birthplace, and your birth time. Those are most important because they need to see what point that you are at right now in the earth that's going to reflect the rest of your chart. So, what is the sun? The sun is who we are. No, excuse me. The Sardis image already said that to y'all. The sun is who you're supposed to be. The moon is how you're angered, and your rising sign is who that you are. All right, let's go into that's basically going into I mean like honestly that's why I said this is a lifestyle because how is I didn't understand when someone explained this shit to me, how are you going to understand it all in one go? But anyways, let's talk about the houses now. The first house is Aries. And then I feel like I said my expertise is in cards. But the first house, but the thing about it is when you learn astrology, everything is based off of that clock that I said to you. And it's funny how some people say it's double work when the clock is everywhere. So you take you interpret that for how you will. We read time and that's the clock, but some people kind of want to stay in like old fashioned thinking, and some people are ready to move on. The first house, who rules the first house is Aries. So basically, we go through these first houses. And so when you go in your chart, you see how these all affect you. I definitely encourage everyone to learn their chart because you sit down and you're realizing the tools that you're equipped, the hand that you're dealt. You understand why you get mad, why you get sad, why you were born to the family that you were born to, why some of the challenges that you're facing. Sometimes it can pull you out depression. Like Astro Finesse says, that you begin to love yourself as you learn yourself through the stars. And I really do. I do feel like it settles a lot of your anxiety, and how a lot of people are like, yeah, when you read those astrology texts and they're talking about a certain sign and they're not talking about me. This is why we start going deeper into your chart. We start seeing what specifically is different about you, what's so special about you, because I'm an Aquarius, but like all my friends say, I don't act like a regular one. So the first house, right, the first house is usually ruled by Aries. So that is yourself, your ego, your persona, your appearance, also the health. Your health is within that in that sign as well. So I'll use me as an example. My first house is in Scorpio. So how Scorpios like to act towards their health. Some do. Now I remember I told you we have light and dark. So people who Scorpios like to pay attention towards their health because sexy time. But honestly, it's because of the appearance. It's because of the appearance. They like to have a nice, clean, sleek appearance. But that's my first appearance. That's my first house. Like a lot of people are like, why are you wearing black? Maybe it has to do with that Scorpion rising. So let's talk about Aries. Aries usually rules the first house, and that planet is the sun. The sun stands for resilientness. The sun stands for being able to be alone and not being afraid to be alone. Kicking ass by being alone, and that's okay. Some people think that you always have to be in a group. That's not always true. Yeah, strength. I wanted to see if there was anything else that I missed about the sun. And so, but Aries is ruled by Mars, right? It's usually Leo. Aries is ruled by Mars, and so is Scorpio. The thing that's different about Aries is that Aries start things quick and they end things quick. So they do things on very short. And the difference that's different with Scorpio and Sagittarius, but Scorpio is ruled by Mars as well. And so they have the energy to go longer. So the first house being ruled by Aries is that in this life, they're supposed to be about the self. And so when you look at your first house, that tells you how you're supposed to be about yourself. So in my life, I'm supposed to be deeply about myself. My first house is in Scorpio. Let's do something a little bit easier. My mom's first house is in Taurus. In her life, she's supposed to be about her finances. And so that's not a bad thing. That's what her focus needs to be on in her life path. What else do I want to say about Aries? How Aries tend to act. If you meet someone with an Aries moon, they tend to get mad quick. They tend to calm down quick. That's the lucky part about Aries. They tend to get mad quick and they tend to calm down quick. That's one thing I like about them. They talk a lot. They move real quick up. They move real quick. Like in business, with friends, also within love, they move real quick. So take that for what you will. That's not a bad or good thing. You just see how does that work with you. They're really good in business. They're usually always going to be moving up quick to the boss of whatever business. They love passionately. I think Aries are a lot of fun, especially if you're air sign or a fire sign. Oh man, what I think this is funny about Aries, they're not afraid to punch you in the face. They like to holler. If like if you holler at them, they holler back. They match energy. I think this is kind of funny. Say if you decide to play a game with them and you decide to cheat, they'll see real quick, oh, okay, you cheating. And they will cheat right back with you. They like to match energy, which I think is pretty funny with them. Like if you get loud, they get loud with you. Their life is supposed to be all about themselves, the ego. And that's not bad because some of y'all have to understand some people's lives, they put other people first, and some people they have to put themselves first. Because if they don't, they can't help you. Let's go into the second house, which is usually the house of monetary gain, the house of money, just to put it easy. And so Taurus rules that house, ruled by Venus. Um, they're about balance. What do Venus be about? Abundance, beauty. Tauruses do like to stare at things that are beautiful. Now, don't fault this. Just understand. To me, I'm like, just understand how somebody works and go with the flow. If you're not into that, don't be around. Go be around something that you're into. But yeah, because some people get offended by that. They're like, well, I'm not beautiful, so a Taurus would never love me. Not true. There's exceptions to everything. Not true. Taurus is like to chill. The second house being about money, possession, self-worth. Most Tauruses do understand their worth. And I think a beautiful superpower about them is they can see your worth. They can see the worth that you are potential to work into later too, if that makes sense. Finances. What are some characteristics about Taurus? So they move slow. They're very sure. They're the type of sign that is going to have a job they're not the type to take a risk. It's one of those, they'd rather have a 9 to 5. All the earth signs do. Man, I should have started off with this real quick. So when you have a problem, you want to get an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, because they're problem solvers. We think real quick. It's not hard for us to think. Earth signs do stuff. They do. So that's what you want on the team when you need someone to help you with that strong arm, those heavy hitters. You need them to do something. You want a Taurus, you want a Virgo, you want a Capricorn. Now, for those people who you want to spice things up, you want to change things around, you want to bring some fun to the atmosphere, you would like people to work, like you don't mind who works as an individual. They can work as a group, but you want them to work. If you need people to work by themselves, they can work by themselves, self-starters, people who are going to keep the engine running. You want a fire sign, like that gas. So you want that Aries. You want that like if you want to basically party, you want that Aries, you want that Leo, you want that Sagittarius. And also they're very protective. They're very protective. Just because they like to party don't mean, I'm talking about light energy, don't mean that they want to just throw everything out. And so if you want, for these water signs, if you want to bring everybody together and keep everybody together and keep everybody talking and keep everybody harmonious, you want that water sign to host that party. You want that Pisces, you want that Cancer, and you want that Scorpio. All right, so let's get back to the second house of the Taurus, how Taurus tend to act. So Taurus are slow and steady, wins the race. And that's what they're all about. They're about their money. Yeah, some of these people would love to fall in love, but some of their mission, why they came back to their life, is to prove some things to themselves. And that's definitely Taurus, is to prove how can I expand my money? How can I relax? They be about their money. That's what you're supposed to be about. If you're not about that, That's when we start saying that you're in your dark energy, that someone's trying to act evil, someone may be immature. That starts going off to another topic. Let's go to that third house, talk about communication. Who rules the third house is Geminis. Gemini. The motherfucking Geminis. um so they're about that's the house of communication, maturity. Damn, I just learned something new. Siblings and short-term trips. They do. Gemini's do like to go real quick on short term trips. So Gemini start shit. So let me tell you who starts shits. Who's the cardinals? I had to think about it real quick. Who are the starters? Gemini, Aries, Cancer. Am I missing anybody? Who from the Earth sign? Capricorn. So they like to think of things like projects. They like to start projects. They're called the starters. So the thing I noticed about Geminis is pretty funny. Yeah, they're the first of the air house, the air signs. They do engage in gossip pretty badly. Of all the air signs, they can engage in gossip real bad. One thing about them is like when they're in a relationship, they really have to, if they start having problems, they have to really stick with, it's harder for them. They have to really stick with talking with their partner about their problems, or talking with a psychologist, a therapist, or their family. They are the type to go talk to a complete stranger about their problems. They're very talkative. If a Gemini is not talking, we got to look at their chart and see what other dominant ruling planets do they have. But like, it's a problem. It's a problem if a Gemini should be talking to you to the point that you're annoyed. Geminis are silly. Now, when you meet someone who says that they're a Gemini, the first thing that you say is, "Uh-oh." Yeah, they got a devil within them. They all of them are split. And then a lot of twins are Geminis. I grew up with Gemini twins, and for some reason I hung out with the devil most of the time because she was a lot of fun. The angel one, I mean, I tried to hang out with her. I was like, "Come outside, hang out." She was like, "I just want to stay inside and chill." So she was always like that ever since she was a little girl. She was always like organized to herself, very serious. And then the devil one, she was crazy. She was always with me playing a prank on the boys. She was always like, we stole a go kart from the golf course, and then she made like a, what do you call that shit, like the rally shit. So I was like, cool, I'm down with you, yeah, let's do this. And so part of the course was that you had to, when you went down this hill, you had to turn real quick. If you didn't, you were going to hit her father's garage. And so one of the boys in the neighborhood, they didn't turn, and they ran straight into the garage, and the garage fell on him. And then she came to my house, the Gemini one, the little devil one. She was like, "Yo, let's go make sure he okay." She was laughing, and I was laughing. She had me laughing. We was at the boy's house. We like, "Are you okay?" We had him laughing. But that's how they be. They crazy. If you like that crazy energy, that's how Gemini is. They tap in and out of that crazy energy. Geminis like their appearance too. They like to work out. Geminis really like those mountains. What else about Geminis? Mm. If you see one, man, some of them be having seven personalities. Yeah, they have two personalities, and it pisses me off when they get into that devil one. All right, let's go to the fourth house. The fourth house being of the home, the nurturer, the moon. The Cancer usually rules this house. House and family. Real estate. That's new for me. House of real estate. Parents. Yeah, this is where you find your father usually. And old age. This can tell you, when people look into your chart, it can tell you what's going to happen to you as you age. So Cancer usually rules this house of the fourth house. So what are Cancers like? From my experience, oh my gosh, they start shit, right? They're cardinal, and you got to be careful with Cancers in relationships, because they're toxic, man. Would I say that they're like the most toxic of the water signs? When it comes to relationships, they have a tendency, all the water signs have a tendency of, you have to be, so all the water signs have to be careful. Water signs being Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. You have to be careful of the people that you have around you, because it's really easy for you to pick up. Y'all have strong intuition. As soon as you walk into a room, you can see how people feel just by looking at them. You don't have to talk to them. You don't even have to know this person's name. That's called like intuition. Y'all pick up energy. It's kind of like how like a fish moves through the water, and they through the vibrations of the water they can feel something around. So that's how water signs intuition. That's how they pick up information, and that's how they learn. They can look around and they can assess. So the thing about them is that they really had to be careful. If you're light and you want good people around you, you really got to be careful about having good people around you. Because if you have bad people around you, you tend to act bad. Those water signs, those Cancer, Scorpion, Pisces. So like, what's up with the Cancers? What do I think about Cancer? But the first thing I think about Cancers is I really pray for them to be in a good relationship because it's too easy for them to be toxic. They're protectors. They're about their money. They're really funny. Most of them are comedy. Like they're comics. They're very funny. What else about Cancers? Um, They're really good parents. They're good for the Capricorn. Like I said, they're about their money. They're those water signs that you wouldn't think are about their money. They usually act like a crab. Like you see them use their pinchers, their hands as pinchers all the time. They like to pinch their money. They really need to be around someone who is about their money. So both of y'all can be on that path about bettering yourselves, the power couple, the steady growth. Yeah, cancers need to talk, which is the biggest thing. They're about that emotional intelligence. They will stay, all those water signs will stay in a relationship. And like Scorpios too, they could stay in a relationship for someone forever and cheat on them, those dark side ones. Because I'm thinking of someone who I worked with who was a Cancer and how she was married and she kept trying to get a boyfriend. And the whole time we were like, how are you having a boyfriend? What does your husband think about that? And they say he don't care. She ain't even mentioned it to the husband. He don't know. But yeah, they really have to be. And then I know another Cancer who he don't play none of that shit. He with an Aquarius, and his mission towards life is his daughter, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's when we start talking about the lights and the darks. How some people act within their light energy and some people act within the dark. Let's go to the fifth house. All about pleasure and fun. And the Leo rules this house. Well, Leo being the sun. It's all about them. They act like cats. Honestly, if you think about a cat, then you're thinking about a Leo. How they like the attention on them. You got to be careful how you treat them. If you mistreat them, then they might have a grudge with you for life. It is all about them. Um, like so this one thing I like to do with Leos, once I realize that somebody's a Leo, compliment them on their hair. They work on that on purpose. You see them have a lot of animal print. um you see them really like tigers and animals. They're loud. Their personality is boisterous. Now, when a Leo gets mad, they start to get loud. When they get impatient, they start to do that roar and they start to holler. Now, one way to compliment a Leo, like say you're dating a Leo and you really just want this one to eat out your hands, um, always compliment them and always like if they're doing a job, say you did a good job. They love that. They love, 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 love that. Like as soon as they get done doing something, be like, "Oh, you bang that out the park." Like if you're dating someone, you have to be doing that all the time with them. For some people, this could get exhausting. For some people, like it's like this is no problem. I'm complimenting people all the time. Where's a Leo? Let me get one. What is the fifth house about? Romance, pleasure, gambling, and children. That's another thing, man, about Leos. They hold it down for the family and their kids, and a lot of people think that they're not. That's a misconception. That is a misconception. If you think a Leo don't care about their family, I don't care if they light side or dark side. You're gonna get torn up by that Leo. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They care about their family. One thing I think is kind of funny about a Leo is if you've never been in a Leo home or you don't understand the dynamics, it's crazy. Kind of like how you see lions and you see the cubs and how they be roughhousing and fighting with each other. That's exactly how a Leo's household is. They be fighting, playing, it's crazy, and you be asking the mom like they be hanging from the raptors and shit, and you wanna get them. The mom be like, no, they fine. As long as nobody break nothing. That's how Leos are. And they're fiery. They're all about the family. They put other people first, even though that is the house of self. And they're very like just treat them like cats. Treat them like cats. And then you understand that Leo. Let's go to the sixth house of the Virgo of order, health. The sixth house being health, organization, routine, and small pets in your chart. You can find information about your small pets in this house. So when you look at your chart, if you see that it's empty, it means that you didn't have any problems to accomplish. Like there were no challenges too much in your life with those areas. And if you see that there's like houses and planets and stuff, there were some things that you were meant to learn in this life and some challenges that you may have or may not overcome. That's the thing. We can't answer them all. You have to answer some of the questions. That's the why you're living your life. So we're on the sixth house, right, of Virgo. And that's the complete opposite of me. I'm Aquarius, my sun sign. They're my complement. That's the other human on the wheel. They're about order. Virgos are very particular. Virgos, most Beyonce's a Virgo. Most but then again, Gigi Allen's a Virgo. Like the fuck. Most, yeah, some Virgo men can be pretty much, they like the caveman. I'm gonna hit you over the head and, just drag you on in here. Some of them can act like that. Some of them not. Some of them not as hell. Not. Some of them not. Some of them are extremely classy. And they have a list together. And they love you a certain way. And if you don't reciprocate that love back or more, then I'm sorry, you gotta go. They have a list. They have a list. You need to honestly, Virgos and Scorpios are similar to me because if you just treat Virgo with the utmost respect, then they pretty much want to be. It's hard to get a Virgo. I'm beyond. I was gonna say they pretty much want to be with you. No, your goal needs to be about money. That's an Earth sign. You need to be bettering yourself somehow. You need to be going towards some type of goal. They're a sign of service. They're mutable. So Virgos like to help other people. That's actually the most, in my opinion, that's the sign that services people the most. Like all the other signs do, but this sign will serve you till they die. Like for real. This sign, like it could get so sick that they don't mind giving. Is it just them? Are leaders like that too? I know Virgos don't mind giving blowjobs and say that you don't give them any type of love and reciprocation back. They're fine with it. And the rest of us are like, you finna love me back. But a Virgo, this is how much they love service, is that if they serve you and they see that you're happy, they're happy. They feel that they have fulfilled their life's mission. Virgos are, I mean, that's just a crazy metaphor for y'all guys. Because some Virgos are extreme. Some Virgos are like, I'm not putting no, they're like, that's germs. I don't put no pee pee in my mouth. Some Virgos are like that. Some Virgos are, they're very particular. That's the easiest way to put it. One of my cousins a Virgo, right? So basically, if her food don't come out popping hot, she don't want it, go ahead and give her her money back, take it back. That's how Virgos are. Some people cannot deal with this energy. Some people like just understand the energy, learn how to work with the energy. Some people love that energy. Some people don't want the energy. What else about some crazy ass Virgos? Virgos are lovers. They don't really want to fight, but they will claw your face off. Don't push them. It'd be too easy. Just be classy. Virgos are very classy. Virgos remind me of Christmas. That Christmas tree with like no crazy tree though. Like just the classic lights. The white lights. Sometimes they can be annoying because they're so much in servitude. They be like, I just want to help you. And it's like, I didn't ask for help. Let me help you. Some people be like, okay, fine. And sometimes they get kind of mad if you don't help them. They'll look at you like, what's wrong with you? You can't go around helping people. I don't know. I think Virgos are so funny to me. They're really people. They're really people, right? They stand for justice, right? They're really people. Well, the Libra, that's what we're finna go into. That's who stands for justice, is Libra. The seventh house of relationships being Libra. What else about relationships? Who you attract, and this is where you can find marriage. The sign in there is said to be that that could be who you're gonna marry, or that could be like the energy that you're looking for. That could be the energy that's balancing you. And then your eighth house is how you guys keep that relationship going. So the seventh house, being Libra, they're the thinkers, the philosophers. That's numerology. But like, what about Libras, man? Libras, so they're the mutable sign, right? They're in the middle of us air signs of Gemini and Aquarius. They're in the middle. So they're the main sign about that balance. If they don't have some type of balance, they finna go. They all about peace. Peace. They like peace. If they don't have peace, they're gone. But this is what I think is kind of interesting about them damn Libras. Y'all like peace, but y'all the first one to curse somebody out, and they say, cut the shit. This is true. For real, if somebody's fucking up, that's why I like Libras and I think they're funny. Because as soon as somebody's fucking up, the first thing, they're going to stop you at step one and say, hold up, stop. So that's why I feel like they represent justice, and that how they are humanitarians within the wheel. No, they're gonna say something real quick. They're gonna say something. That's how I feel like a Libra's not afraid to. They're lovers, but if they're not afraid to pop off real quick and tell you something. I don't care if you're on the spectrum of Leo or if you're on the spectrum of Scorpio. So like spectrum is what I mean, like is you have a difference in these signs by the ones who are born in the first month and the second. So generally the ones who are born in the first month are the quiet ones, and the ones who are born in the second month are the loud ones. I'll give you an example. For Aquarius, January Aquariuses are usually the quiet ones. They like to pay attention to their money. They don't like confrontation. They tend to be pretty sneaky. Just come correct, or you're not going to see them at all. February Aquariuses tend to be loud. We tend to give you chances. I'm a February Aquarius. We tend to give you chances. They tend to be like the people one, about the people. So that's the spectrum, like that you have a spectrum of Libras that are over there by the Leo, and then you have this spectrum, excuse me, by Virgo, where they're very particular, and then you have the spectrum of Libras where they're over there by the Scorpio, where they really, the things that they say are like really cutthroat. Like that person, let's go on to Scorpio, the eighth house. That person, the eighth house is about depths. It's about money, transformation, transitioning. People put sex within this house. Taxes, taboo. It's not only about my money, but your money too. Domesticality, about others. Some people don't know. Yes, Scorpio is all about me, but we're also about you too. Energy, death, and rebirth. To me, it's just that cycle. It's just that cycle evolving. A lot. You hear a lot of people who have dominant Scorpion energy say, my evolution, my evolving, my growing. And it's something that Scorpio really does put. They really keep that close to their heart. That's another thing about your moon sign. That's like your moon sign is what people feel deep down in their heart. After Scorpio, we go into Sagittarius. So like Sagittarius, that's my moon sign. So like those values, I feel that really deep down in my heart. We'll get into that. Let me do the Scorpio, being my rising sign, right? Scorpio. Maybe it's your rising sign too. Maybe it's your sun sign. Maybe you got a stellium. But so what is Scorpio about? That eighth house. You know that number 8, it doesn't stop. Affinity. Scorpios don't stop, even beyond death. That's why it's kind of hard for you to get a love of a Scorpio and a Virgo. It's really hard to get their attention. You have to go to them. They're usually not going to come to you. And it's really hard to get their attention. The reason why is because so Scorpios are mistreated throughout their life. And that's why it's once they love you, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Like that love is deep. And so that's why they don't want to just give that to anyone and everyone. They're very selective. Scorpios are very selective. They know that that's that water sign that's fixed. And they know that that everybody can't take them. They're the sign of taboos, like the tattoos. Black is usually the color for Scorpio because that's the scorpion. That's the animal that is embodied. This is what a lot of people think about Scorpion. How can someone or that animal be so small, but yet so powerful? There's a lot to Scorpio. It's a lot. That's the most complex, most understood sign in the deck. The most understood signs are Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. And those are the ones who secretly like will have your back. Those are the protectors too. But Scorpio. So most times Scorpions got that tail that protects them. And it's got a sword. It's sharp on both edges, and it's got venom that comes out. Yes, when you come with a Scorpio, you gotta come with everything. You gotta come with the guns, the knives, the bullets, the tanks, the knowledge. You have to come fully equipped because that's what Scorpios do. We're fully equipped on everything. We like to educate ourselves on everything. Scorpios move quick. They're similar to Aries and Scorpio are like fire sisters. But the thing about Scorpion is they're ruled by Pluto, right? So Pluto is far out in space, and it's ice. Some people don't know this about Pluto. It's an ice planet, but on the inside it's fire. So that's why Scorpions are a water sign, but we say that they're a fiery water sign. That's fire water. So a lot of people, and then they're ruled by Mars. So a lot of people consider Scorpio very fiery. It's actually what starts my fire trine. I have a fire trine. That means that like fire rules you within your chart. Some people have a water trine, they have a water square, circles. That goes later. That goes later. That's as you deep dive into this lifestyle and you begin to learn more. Right now we're on basics. What more about Scorpio do I want to say? A very beautiful sign, very misunderstood, very deep, all about secrets. Scorpions can see demons. What else about Scorpios? Scorpios are really good in psychology. Oh man, if you need someone to talk to, you got deep seated secrets, and you need someone to talk to a Scorpio. Now, hopefully, I told you we got dark and we got light. Now, we got some Scorpios out there. They can talk to you about death, marriage, money, everything, and not have you feel judged. But, and not tell your secrets. This is where I was going to get at. Because some Scorpios love to tell your secrets. I call those the dark sides. Because to me, I'm like, what do I get from telling your secrets? Nobody's paying me for that. They pay me to come so I can listen to their secrets. But yeah, Scorpios love to listen to your secrets. A lot of people like to say that I like to try good of every, I mean, talk good of every sign, but a lot of people like to say that they're with the drama. I like to say, like, if you start drama, a Scorpio will end it. That's when you realize that they was up there studying everything about you, learning everything about you. Then yeah, they stare at you. We have a stare. We have a look. Our eyes are really important. When I get mad, when I get mad or someone says some dumb shit to me because I have dominant Scorpion energy, I look at them like, I give them that stare. We talk to each other about that stare of death, that death. I win all staring contests ever since I was a child. I am undefeated. Those people who don't blink, yeah, probably dominant Scorpion energy. Scorpions, yeah, we're vengeful. I try not to talk about that. I do know that about myself. I do know that it's really funny. If you hit me, yeah, I'm gonna hit you. What the fuck? Then you're gonna talk about this shit like, no, you're supposed to be a bigger person and not hit me. You're supposed to be a big person and not hit people in the first place and not go around expecting people not to hit you. Another thing about the House of Scorpio is curse words. We use House of curse words. Okay, you'll be all right. Sagittarius like curse words too. They like to hit below the belt. Aquarius like, to be unique with their words too. But yeah, Scorpio, house of the curse words. So that's not a bad thing. No such thing as bad energy. Just energy that needs to be used for a certain situation. Let's go to that ninth house. That house about travel. That's the first thing I think about with the ninth house. And the Centaur. That's the animal that represents Sagittarius. And we're finna get into that real quick. That's my moon sign. So basically my moon sign, your moon sign, what's your moon sign? Why do we look at that moon sign? That's how people get sad and mad. So for example, if I'm a Sagittarius and they get mad, they hit below the belt. Yeah, know that about a Sagittarius. Just know they don't mean what they say when they're mad. They hit below the belt. They're mad at you. They're pretty much, it's just, oh, fuck you. Boom. And that's how they are. My friend is a Sagittarius, and I would see when she would get, I would see that shit in her. I would see her gears turning, and I would look at her, and I would even tell her, "Oh, you finna get mad at me," and she looked, and I know she getting ready to hit me below the belt, and me, we're both, we both have strong Sagittarius energy. I'm Moon, she's Sun. So what are we doing? We're hooking onto each other, and we're hitting each other below the belt. Boom, boom, boom. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck. Vegetarians tend to do that with Pisces, so like don't get no fuck you match all day. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. That's the thing about Sagittarius. Let me go over this ninth house though. The ninth house is about philosophy. And that so what is philosophy? That's when people think about right and wrong and how do we apply that throughout humanity. Religion, yeah, diving into different cultures, different foods, different people, different languages, how to talk to others. Most Sagittarius usually have the gift of gab. Higher education, hell yes, hell yes. Some people don't know about this. You got one or two type people. You got the slutty ones and you got the really smart ones. But when once you got a Sagittarius that's really smart, they don't really need teams. They're good at being a sole player. They're good at doing a whole bunch of work by themselves. They're similar to Taurus. Once they start something, they make it all the way to the end. Sagittarius can go pretty much from one side of the country to another. And that's when you get sad, you have to, that's what you got to save your rainy day money up for, is for travel. It's there's a saying that said that like as you travel, you keep the devil behind you, you keep negativity behind you, and that's tenfold for a Sagittarius. So the thing about it is all these energies hit us, but different signs, it hits them more. Like that attention shit, the Leos need that more. Okay? So like this travel stuff, Sagittarius need that more. Sagittarius, you know how you can keep a Sagittarius happy? Go walk them around in the park. It's free. Just walk around the park and talk. They happy. They happy. Once a Sagittarius stop walking, they begin to start dying. Walking is big. Moving from one destination to another is big. Most Sagittarius want to have a job where they travel. It can be stressful too because you got to make deadlines. And you got to be at this city at a certain time. You got to be this city at a certain time. It's just like they can even travel on a dime. Like I remember my friend called this man. Oh my god, this kind of gets on my nerves about a Sagittarius, and then I have the energy too. We do this a lot. And if you're a Sagittarius, you do need another Sagittarius friend. So we'll make plans. If you want to go party, if you want to do something and you can't find someone to do things with you, oh, a Sagittarius is always down. Always, always. I don't care if they got to quit their job to come with you to the beach. Look, I was looking about quitting anyways. Okay, I wrote up my 3 weeks yesterday. I'm finna put it in today. That's how they are. I already landed another job tomorrow. For real, let's go to the beach now. For real, they're like let's party right now. They like to have a good time. Sagittarius like to laugh. That's another comedian within the wheel or Sagittarius. Sagittarius are happy go lucky. That's one thing about me that I know that I have, and it pisses people off. We're about our health too, but they're like we drink. Oh, you notice a lot of Sagittarius will have like a big ass jug of water next to them. But whoever has that sign on it in their chart, but like what was I about to say about their travel? Was I about to say something about their travel or about their attitude? About the Sagittarius. I'm moving over to something that I really want to say that's more important real quick. So their animal is the centaur, right? That's the half horse and the half man. So there are three twins within the zodiac. Most people know the Pisces being those two fish. Most people know the Gemini being the two men. And a lot of people don't know about the Sagittarius. He's a twin. He's got that centaur and he's got that man head. So sometimes the man head gets messages like he'll think with his horse brain. So when Sagittarius get mad or when they get scared, they tend to just jet out there to just run. Sometimes like when they fight or so, you know how horses have a horse kick. People with strong Sagittarius energy, they got that horse kick. They can be a bit kind of crazy. They can just run out of fucking moving cars while you was on a mountaintop. What else can they be like? They're very happy-go-lucky people. That tends to piss people off, and Sagittarius know that, and they just like, well, you pissed, you why you mad though? That's how they are, for real. If they're in their light energy, they're happy go lucky, and you being around them kind of rubs off on you of being like happy and you don't understand why. Sagittarius like to laugh. Now that's tenfold for a sage. I shorten it to sage because that's what they are. A sage is a type of warrior. All these signs are different type of warriors, and this is how they use their intellect and their skill to go at a fight. So a Sagittarius, if they are presented to a fight, they do a bunch of research, and next thing you know, they're everywhere. So they're usually gifted in the law. If you have a problem with the law, and they don't understand why they're gifted with the law and other people are not. If you have a problem like with getting a lawyer and stuff, talk to a Sagittarius. They'll help. They will help talk to you about getting one. They're really good at getting themselves out of trouble, out of problems. They're really good at what else about Sagittarius? Yeah, they're good with that law because they're a lot of people don't know that they're good with looking shit up. One of my friends who was a Taurus, man, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. One of my friends is a Taurus, and my other one's a Sagittarius. My Sagittarius friend got caught by the cops, and she didn't want to go through that shit at the time because we were just like, girl, just pay up and settle your shit. She's like, I know I should, but at the time I didn't want to. Well, I'm speaking for her because she didn't say those words. She stole our friend's identity. Like that's how I'm trying to say how smart that they could be. And my other friend is the one who took the rap for all that. My Sagittarius friend just never took the rap for that. And I even spoke with her about it. I was like, girl, like, and she was like, why don't you just get a lawyer and do this and that, and that? And I said to her, because you have the mind to do that. Other people don't. So that's what I kind of mean by some Sagittarius are very gifted with the law and they don't understand that some other people are not. When you make one mad, so how they're the last of the fire sign, they're a fixed sign and they're the protectors. So say if you make one mad, this is how Leos act. Leos are like a big bonfire with that fire. Aries are like if you take a blowtorch, like if you take the aerosol can and the blowtorch and you just that's how their fire is. So a Sagittarius, how their fire is like a wildfire. You know, like in the middle of the woods, all of a sudden you look around and you're surrounded by fire. That's how a Sagittarius's anger is. That's how their power is. If you piss them off, all of a sudden you look around, they're everywhere. It's everywhere. They got you everywhere. Like there's really no way for you to get out of it. You're circled. Because think about it. That horse, that horse moves. They kind of have that power of the Flash. The Scorpio and Sagittarius and Aquarius can move so quick that people are like, whoa, like it's like God moved. Like they didn't even know any. It's like an invisible hand. They can move very quick. There, you will if you have strong Sagittarius energy, you will have luck with cars. What else about Sagittarius? This is the main thing I want to say to y'all. Sagittarius energy are this is my favorite about Sagittarius. It kind of, every now y'all saw Harry Potter, right? Y'all saw Harry Potter and you remember that Centaur. You remember that the half man and the half horse and how Harry, I think it was the Chamber of Secrets, the second movie, how Harry wandered out in the Lost Woods and cause Voldemort was about to get his ass. He about to come up and come get that booty. Y'all remember that? That shit was scary. I was hollering. And then the sage showed up, the Centaur, the Sagittarius, and he woke him up. He was like, Harry, you gotta get your ass up. Come on, put them glasses on. Come get your wand. Come on, Harry. Come on. And Harry got up. He said, what's up? He was like, did you see the part when he was like, how come you don't fight with us? And he said, I don't know. He said, I just know I'm supposed to be out here. And that's the thing about Sagittarius. They don't. You can be out and around evil. It's crazy. You can see evil. You keep other people away from evil. Doesn't mean that you can go to attack it. You know what you're up against. You know what you have to fight. That's just like a metaphor that I think is very similar to a Sagittarius. So the main thing about Sagittarius is that the guardians of hell are centaurs, and whenever a demon tries to pop up from the fiery pits of hell, the centaurs, they've now horses travel in a band, right, in a group. So Sagittarius really need to be around each other, especially when you travel. You can talk to them about traveling and they'll talk to you about traveling without being jealous, because other people get jealous. But so Sagittarius, they see a demon pop up out of hell. What they do? They take their bow, they take their arrow, they throw it at the demon. That demon pop your ass back down in there. Sagittarius are also that fire sign that's about money. What's up, Ashya? So I'm doing Astro Talk today. I'm talking about the signs and astrology. So I'm on the 9th house right now about Sagittarius, and I'm finna move over to the 10th house about Capricorn. So the last thing I wanted to say about Sagittarius, they're the guardians of hell. And so if you have that energy strong in your chart, like I do, it's in my moon sign, you have a tendency of telling trolls off. And it's not hard for you. Now, some of y'all understand what I'm talking about. You have lovers and you have fighters. Sagittarius is a fighter. They don't mind fighting on their own. I don't need validation. Sagittarius don't need to validate. I am the validator. Sagittarius don't need all this extra shit. They are the army. Once they equip they little equipment with the bullets, with the books, honestly, and then they decide to target someone, for Sagittarius, it's over. It's over. They're one of those signs. The fixed signs. What are the fixed signs? Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Those are the protectors. Those are the people. They're not really people. They're really the type of people, like, they don't mind being to themselves, and they don't mind helping you out. They don't mind fighting. You needed someone to throw the chair, they threw it. You'll be all right. Though, I mean, those are the people that you want to get, if you need a protector. Sagittarius, they'll protect you if they've decided that they like you. But yeah, that's what I love about Sagittarius. Most of them, and when the Sagittarius hear that, they start looking at the sun, they start looking in the distance and start smiling. They be like, Demon Slayer, you said, huh? Yeah, I'm not playing with you. Like, y'all send the demons back to hell. Y'all sign contracts with the devil to pay you a pretty penny to drag this demon back into hell. You're not afraid. So are Scorpio. Y'all are those type of people who, like, someone's like, oh, I'm gonna take you down. Sagittarius is like, okay, you ready to come down with me? Virgos are like that too. They say this type of shit, like, to their enemies. I hope you don't fall in that grave that you digging for me. Like, they're not afraid to. They have a tendency to laugh in the face of danger. Sagittarius are just, they tend to not be afraid. So don't take that an insult. When some people are like giggling, and they might have some strong Sagittarius energy within them. Let's go to the 10th house of fame, attraction, people. Capricorns really do. If Capricorn does get famous, in my opinion, Aaliyah was a Capricorn. They really do handle it well, in my opinion. That's usually where your mother falls in your chart. Career, parents, and status. So that's your midheaven. If anything falls in the 10th house, that's how other people see you. For me, mine is Leo, for example. So how other people see me is like brave, courageous, not afraid to say some shit. Not afraid to be alone. That's how, just think of a Leo, and that's how some people see you if your 10th house is in Leo. So, I mean, if your midheaven is in Leo. So, the 10th house being Capricorn. What are Capricorns about? Capricorns are the starters. Capricorns are that earth sign. I love Capricorns. I got a stellium in Capricorn. My mother's a Capricorn. Capricorns are very, all earth signs in particular. You're not finna be playing around. We have set up a list. We have set up a order. We set up what we finna do. You finna do what we said we finna do. Kind of like Aries. Finna do what we said we finna do. You break the contract. You breach the contract. Now you're going to have to deal with some consequences. They're pretty practical. To me, it's pretty simple. Some people don't like, they feel like they're boring. They stay home a lot and they're always on their money. Some people don't like that, that they're always focused on things that are practical and important to them. Some people love that. Some people need that. Some people need that stability. Some people need that rock. They're really good for water signs. Especially because they're really good with dealing naturally. They're born with being able to deal with a water sign's emotions. Because water signs, with their emotions, you can get erratic, you can get crazy, you can start thinking about things that are not really happening, you can see things that are not even really there. A earth sign, they're stable, they're like a mountain, they're like a rock, they're not finna be moving. They're not moving no time soon. They're not moving ever. It's really good for like pure astrology. She says this analogy a lot. How like an earth sign is like the beach and water signs are like the water. And they come in and they leave. And they come in and they leave. And I thought that was really good because earth signs they stay there and they allow the water sign to come in, do all their crazy shit and leave. And come in and leave. And they stay stable. And it's really what a water needs. I mean, I like that feeling. Everybody's different. What else about Capricorns? I think that's where I get my poker face from. Because I do notice that my mom is never shocked. I do notice that. I don't know if she notices that about herself. Capricorn, like say something crazy happens. Um, I think don't Scorpios kind of look at this thing at whatever something that happens just like with a blank face, like because I can imagine, like in a Capricorn's eyes or in my mother's eyes, they're thinking about the consequences. They're thinking about how much that explosion costs, right up to the smoke. Like I think in their eyes, they see like dollar signs going off, and they're like, "That costs that much. That costs that much. That costs that much." And I think they're just like, they're about their money. They're about their steady grind. All the earth signs are. Capricorns tend to see consequences. So a lot of people would say that they're cynical and that they have a tendency to be prone to like depression, to being sad easily. Um, to me, I feel like they just see consequences. There are signs that take risk. And like I said, the earth signs are not going to be taking any risks. Let's go to the 11th house of friendship, community, hopes and wishes, dreams, people. My sun sign, Aquarius. Dude, I knew this lesson was going to be boring for people because it's a lot. Most people like want to learn the signs, but they're not really down to sit down and learn the signs. Or I've never really put a lesson plan together to make this interesting. But Aquarius, what are Aquarius is about? You got to be careful, man. You got good Aquariuses and you got bad ones. Some people think that all Aquariuses are good, and then you have some Aquariuses that are sneaky. One thing I kind of don't like about some Aquariuses is that they're only your friend as much as your value is. Basically, like if you don't have any value, then this Aquarius is not really wanting to be around. You have to offer more uh, than just you being there. Your friendship needs to go a little bit deep. You got to be able to talk. You've got to be able to go somewhere with them. It's not always going to be about money. That's what some people think about straight up, but it's got to go a little bit deeper. You got to be more than just your presence is there. Like a Sagittarius, your presence just could just be there and they're happy. But Aquarius, no, you have to bring something along with this presence. What else? What else? It's kind of hard to talk about your own sign because then you got to talk about the dark and the light. I think Aquariuses are pretty good friends, but that word of friendship is like changing lately. I feel like I could tell you about a dark Aquarius pretty quick. I think a lot of people shouldn't get fooled to think that just because they're with an Aquarius. Good morning, Miss Ruby. I'm doing Astro Talk, and I don't think I'm going to do this again. I'm gonna stay with the cards. What house am I? I'm talking about the signs and their traits. And so I'm on Aquarius and then Pisces and then I'll be done. So you're a Pisces? Okay, so you came right in on time. What else? Was there anything that I wanted to finish up about Aquariuses? Aquariuses get really okay, so some things that people don't know about Aquariuses is that we can be volatile. We can break things. Just like a fire sign. They're really good for fire. Air goes with fire and water goes with earth. Now, I don't want people to think that these are the only rules because there's exceptions to every rule. Anything goes, everything applies. Anything could go with anyone could go with anyone. But some people just like to learn these traits to see how they could interact with someone. What else about Aquarius can be volatile. If they feel that you're mistreating them, oh, but if you mistreat somebody next to them, they're going to get worse than if you're mistreating them. So, example, they could break things around them real quick, just like everything, just acting out, lashing out. They can fight real quick. Aquariuses can be volatile, and some people like it could just go from 1 to 60 and you didn't see that coming. So you got to watch your manners with an Aquarius. If you are trying to be disrespectful, don't call one stupid. That's how you're going to pop one up for being volatile. Um, but Aquarius is like to talk. We like to exchange ideals. We like to exchange. What do you know? I'm gonna tell you what I know. We like Aquarius is love joking around. Um, love being sarcastic. What else about Aquarius is good thinkers. If you need someone to help you with a problem, Aquarius can help you think of some situations. Not the type to do nothing for you, but to help you think of something. Yeah, let's do that all day. Well, is there anything else I want to say about the ones in January, the quiet ones? You can't really mess with them, and the ones in February, they tend to give you a second chance because if you think about it, the Aquariuses that are close to January are the ice queens. They're closer to Capricorn, and it's colder around that time. And then the Aquariuses that are close to Pisces, it's like it's more watery and lucid. That's why they give you second chance, and that's why they're louder and they're like more of the life of the party. um you can mess with them and they'll probably give you one more chance. They're not going, you can't keep it up, but it's because they're closer to Pisces where they're turning more into that mermaid. um yeah, and they're a little bit looser. So let's move into Pisces, the 12th house. And so Pisces are sensitive to spirits, and you guys get messages within your dreams. Pisces, so Scorpio is sensitive to demons, but Pisces are sensitive to demons and angels, like all the motherfucking spirits. I also think that they're sensitive to extraterrestrial spirits, like aliens. Just anything that doesn't have a body, I feel that Pisces are sensitive to. Like they pick them up. Like I said earlier in the video, all water signs pick up their intuition is very strong. Those are the people with very strong intuition and are water signs. So they can walk into a room. You guys are really good at parties. You guys can walk into a room and you can see how someone feels just by looking at them. Some people don't have that gift. For you, it's very easy to see that. You can see how, when y'all are happy, because if when people are sad, they're clouded. But when y'all are happy, you can see people's emotions. You can see the this might sound crazy, but you could see the emotion in buildings and places and atmosphere. Like if it was treated well, if there's good energy in that place, and if it was treated bad, like y'all can see hauntings real quick from the outside of a house. What's else? What's else? They're telepathic. They can pick up messages from their dreams. All those water signs. Once you learn something, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you need to take a nap real quick. So some of those people who be sleeping in class and they napping, and they look at what's your sign? You a Pisces? Hey, they might have learned everything, might have soaked it up. It's not a joke. I'm playing. You have to sit up there and actually learn something and then take a nap. And it helps them retain what they learned better. I think that's my friend who was a Cancer and like talked to me about that. So yeah, sleeping, the sleep world is what they rule, and that's what the 12th house is about. What is there anything that I'm missing? All things that are hidden. Gifts. So they tend to have psychic gifts. They're tapped in with their unconsciousness, their soul, the brain, the mind, the soul, the spirit. That's all within Pisces. Clown represents Pisces. Some people don't know that, the clown, because that can pop out with a dark side. Now we have light side Pisces and we have a dark side Pisces. So the light side ones are always getting to their goals as well. It's hard to lie to them. It's hard to play with them. And they'll guilt trip you in the right ways. If you did something wrong, they will guilt trip you until you start fixing that shit right. Okay. Some of them do have the tendency of playing a victim. And then you have the dark side of the people who, I'm the victim, do something for me all the time. Some people who are dark side Pisces, I just got done dealing with this. They'll start some shit and say they didn't start it, if that makes sense. They'll start a fight, they'll throw the punch, and then they'll say, who did that? I'm serious. So now when I talk about traits, I'm not always talking about your traits, okay? There are other type of people out here who are under this sign, okay? And some people like to act in their light energy. I like to stay in my light energy, and there's some people who like to stay in their dark energy and they don't give a fuck. I remember I had met a girl who was a dark scorpion and she didn't give a fuck. She stayed in her dark scorpion energy. She loved to stay that way. She loved to be evil and she didn't give a fuck. She felt like it gave her power. I took a nap a couple hours ago. Y'all are all about nap time, nap world. Yeah, and if you're not, you should be about that dream world. About, the bedroom, about just, the dreams and going into dreams and mysticism and fun through magic. Pisces are lovers. They are not haters. They're not really the fighters. Now, some can fight. Mayweather's a Pisces. Don't get it twisted. But they really, really love to. They would rather love. Um, what about they would like to love like theatrically, like it's a movie. Now remember that about all the water signs. Sometimes their emotions get to them, and they'll be crying, hollering at you, trying to ask you if you still love them. Okay, so just understand that that's us water signs. Okay, our emotions get to the best of us sometimes. Cause I got a rising Scorpion, so yeah, my emotions do rule me too. So like that juggernaut, have you ever seen the 13 story? No, excuse me, not the 13 ghost, where it's got the 12 houses and they talk about that, and then the juggernaut, basically he breaks the house at the end and he frees all the ghosts. That's like how I think of Pisces, and Pisces does not think of themselves that way. Another way I kind of think of them is like the Pokemon. A lot of people don't know Pokemon, but like Goldeen and how he evolves to Magikarp. So like when Pisces first start off, a lot of people say that they're crybabies. Aquarius too. A lot of people say that they're weak, but like you need to be careful. And I would not piss one off, because once one is evolved, once one realizes their potential, their power, a lot of Pisces say that they hear that throughout their life, that they're told like once you realize your power, like that's it pretty much. Because if you think about it, that's a fixed water sign. They're the protectors. Oh, excuse me. Damn it, how am I fucking that up already? They are mutable. So what does that mean? That means that they are good with meshing with other people, whether they think that they are or not. So that's why they have to be careful. They have to be really careful with, if you want to be around evil people, like whatever type of path you're on, you have to be careful with the type of path that you align yourself with these people. So like if you want to be a good person for a Pisces, they really have to make sure they're around good people. One bad person in the mix will fuck up the water. It will taint the water. It will taint the tank. Um so Pisces, that's that they have two minds. They're not sure like if they should go up or down. Cuz the fish, right? Should we go up or down? So one is trying to go up towards enlightenment, up towards bettering the self, up towards the community. And then the other one is trying to go down. Not necessarily a bad thing. Trying to ground oneself, going towards Taurus. This one's going up towards Aquarius. This one's going down towards Taurus for stability, money, grounding oneself. One trait about Pisces. Um, I don't like this, but some people don't care. They, if they have a secret, they leave and then they come back and tell you more, and they leave and then they come back and tell you more. Some Pisces feel that they need to suffer, so, kind of like Capricorn, like to get good things in life. Some of them feel that they have to go through like they have to suffer. Like people are like in order for you to endure my love, you need to suffer for it. In order for me to endure your love, I need to suffer. Like that Boy George song. Some people want to abuse you, and some people want to be abused. Very much like it reminds me of the Little Mermaid. A lot of people link mermaids to Pisces. The half man, the half fish, with being in a different world, the water. A lot of I'm not sure if this is true, but some Pisces say that they feel that they look from they're looking in from at other people from their world, if that makes sense. Um, So I guess that's why that some Pisces could get distorted and some can pop up above the surface. You know what I'm saying? Like you have some people within their star sign that want to act within their light energy and some that act within their dark. Because I know a lot about the dark side of Pisces. My dad is a Pisces. Yeah, some of them can start shit and then be upset. They really just want to, in my opinion, they really just want to get along. I feel like is there, why can't we just get along? But like if one does get mad, they can turn into the juggernaut. And the juggernaut is what I imagine from the 13th ghost, when that ghost busted the whole house and he freed all, he realized his power. And that's what makes me smile about a Pisces. Is like when they realize their power, yeah, that's it. Everything is taken. My god sister, who I call my little sister, she's a Pisces, and I feel like she's on point. All her stuff. She's a mother, a three. She owns her house. She's on point. You know. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like you got two different types of people in their sign. You got the people who are trying to act mature, and then you have the people who are mature, they stay immature, and they don't want to grow. What else? What else about Pisces? I just know how they act. I don't think I'm very interesting in like conveying their traits to like any of the signs traits to people. What else about a Pisces? They're the teamwork people. They're the sidekick. They're the sidekick. They're mutable people, really group oriented people. Those people are really good. Whether you think so or not, you're really good for parties. Really good for parties. They got really good mama and parent energy. Um, though any water sign is really good in responding to their children with their emotions. Now I told you, you know, we got spectrums. We got some people who want to be mature with those emotions and some people who don't. Because I know there's some people who are gonna say like, yo, I got a watery parent who was really effed up with their emotions. And that's the thing about the water, it could get crazy, it could get a hurricane. But I like all the signs. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. I don't think there's any like, I mean, I'm Aquarius. I like all the signs. That didn't bring in as many people as the cards. I want to do a lesson on that, but like later. Dude, that's the thing though. The thing about astrology is that a lot of people don't want to go. That's the thing about everything. A lot of people don't want to sit down and learn it, huh? Thanks. I feel like I'm harsh though. I feel like I'm because I'm gonna say like some of the dark things that I know about some signs. I say it. I like learning too. I really love learning too. Do you know your top three? Your sun, moon, and rising. I know you told me your sun sign is a Pisces. Oh, in the description below, I put an app called Chani, and so that goes more into your sign, your sun, moon, and rising, and then she does your chart. She's also a planetary transitioner, so if you pay towards the app, um, she shows you where your planets are moving. I kind of like it because she does personalized horoscopes. And then I put some more other astrology references under deep astrology references. I put other people who are deeper within this subject so that you know I always tell people like I encourage people to learn their chart, and it's not something that like yeah in say overnight you could get the basics, but it's what I was saying like earlier in this video is it's a lifestyle. And so what I mean by a lifestyle, it's something that you're always learning. You can continue to learn until you die. Pisces, you have a Leo moon and you are a Gemini rising. How interesting. Just looking at your top three, you have air, water, and fire. And so you have a fire moon. So with your moon, you tend to get mad, kind of like me. I have a fiery moon too. I have a Sagittarius moon. So like you're not really the type of person like, I mean, that Pisces could balance some things out. That's pretty interesting. I wonder if within yourself that you have like the devil and the angel on your shoulder, like do this, do that, do that, do this, and shut up. Okay, I'll follow you. No, you, that was a bad idea. Okay, I'll listen to you. Like I want, cause like with you have like water and then you have the fire, and so those they're very complementary, but sometimes they can be pretty indecisive, sort of like a Gemini. And then you're Gemini rising, so some people don't know about they like to talk, they can be assertive, but some people don't know about Gemini risers is that they be about their money. Anybody who's got Gemini strong in their chart, they don't talk about it. They don't, it's not really on the mainstream. It's not really like they be making Facebook posts about it, but that is a concern for them. That's very important to them. It's like some secrets that they keep is their money. And I feel like y'all keep it in such a way, y'all definitely do not let other people know what you're about to do. My friend has a Gemini mom, and I feel that her mom is going to give her homes, and she's like, no, my mom's mean. She already said that she's not. But if she pays attention, yeah, she's saying all that shit, but she but what is she doing? And that's what I kind of notice about Gemini. Like, y'all are really good at keeping those things to yourself. And you can never make up your mind. That's that Gemini rising. Well, that's you are you have like you have more than one twin in your top three, because the Gemini is a twin, the Pisces is a twin, and so both of those can like have a hard time choosing things. Sometimes you might like it if you let someone choose for you, or if you see what someone else is ordering and it sounds good to you, you choose it. Yeah, Geminis don't play about their money. Period. Cutthroat. Period. And some people don't know that about, I think of the air signs, they're the most money ones. Some people want to say Aquarius. Nah, Gemini. Gemini's got secret stocks, secret bank accounts, secret extra accounts. Gemini. And then the fire Leo, Leos, you better show them some attention. So you really like to whoever you get with or your family or friends, y'all got to communicate. And that would probably help you from getting, yeah, that would help you from getting pissed off quick, because you got a Leo moon. As soon as people get mad, you probably hollering, and then they probably start getting in line and shit, and you probably like, why I had to holler for you to do right? Why you just couldn't do right the first time and listen, and everything would have been cool. Leo moons, they can get mad. They get mad. Just pay attention to what's been said, please. I feel like I don't see Leo moons get mad too much, because I feel like y'all know that y'all get mad, and once y'all get mad, it's just like a roar, and it's over. So I feel like I don't see too many Leo moons get mad, because once they get mad, they are so mad. I think of the best. Yeah, I think y'all are really, y'all pick your battles. The Leo. I wonder if that has to do with like the whole lion thing. But yeah, y'all be picking your battles. But when they I don't see too many Leo moons get mad, and I don't think I want to see a Leo moon get mad, to be honest with you, because that's a fiery moon. You don't really want to see anyone if you have an Aries moon, a Leo moon, and I have a Sagittarius moon. It takes a minute for me to get mad, but you definitely don't want to see me get mad, because it's hard for me to calm down. I'm breaking shit. I'm very mad. I'm very mad. And some of my friends will turn to whoever pissed me off and ask them, why did you do that? Because you don't know what the fuck you did. Like, fire, when someone who has a fire, how the fuck did that bug get in the window? Anyways, I'll tend to that later. But when somebody has like a fiery moon, when things go out of plan, they tend to get mad. So if somebody has a watery moon, like Pisces, ooh, the Pisces moon, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, they tend to get sad very easily. You really got to talk to them about their emotions. I will plot on your whole life. Yes, and you see why that makes sense, because just think about a cat, man. You know how you have to treat cats with respect. If you treat a cat with disrespect, they attacking your feet for the rest of that cat's life. Or your life, or one of the two. They could be vengeful, which I feel like scorpions understand that. It's like, we understand you. That's that fire. That's that fire. That's that fire. Because scorpions are fiery water. That's what we tend to say. Yeah, I met a girl who's a Leo moon, and she's mad right now, and I'm just like, I will get out of the way. She like, who did it? Him, bro. Him. Woo! Get him. For real. Cause that's why I said I don't think I want to see a Leo moon get mad. Aries moon, when they get mad, oh god. You want to go? Just go. Don't try to talk. And if they're gonna tell you, they're gonna go. They're gonna be like, yeah, leave now. The Aries moon, they're gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you. Um, they're gonna tell you, and that means you need to go. Cause if you stay, it's liable to get violent. Folks is finna fight. They get mad real quick. Calm down real quick. But yeah, I remember. Okay, it's honestly with the Aries, it's my way or the highway. And so with the Aries moon, when they get mad, it's best for you to go ahead and take that highway, because they just mad. Then you could come back tomorrow, say, hey, you all right? And they probably like, yeah, I'm all right today. I could be your friend today. But in that moment that they're mad, don't. Now, what to do with a Sagittarius moon? Oh God, same thing. Same thing. Because if you don't go, a Sagittarius moon is gonna holler and break shit. It depends on the levels. It depends on the level of angry. But they're gonna holler and break shit. I don't care. It really doesn't matter how much it costs. It don't matter who owns it. Um, they just once they break something, right? Call you a bitch, and for real, I'm serious. They just saying it. Like, don't listen to them when the Sagittarius gonna get mad. What else? And then they gonna slam the door and let them go, and let them go walk around. They have to ruminate. They get pissed. They have to go back and forth. Your boyfriend's a Sagittarius, or how do you deal with his anger? My best is to talk though. Yeah, you have a lot of like in your top three, the Pisces, the Leo, and that Gemini. All those are some talkers. So your top three is like talk, 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 talk. So you really believe in getting past a lot of your challenges through talking, learning. Like talking is very powerful, power for you. I just let him be free. Yeah, that's perfect. That's the perfect way. Because if you think the Sagittarius is the horse, and once they're mad, if you try to keep them up in a stable, they finna be bucking. They finna be, and sometimes some horses can set caravans and not caravans, but what do they call them? Not the barns. I forgot what they call. It starts with a C, where they house the horses. But they can set those things on fire. Some people don't know things like that. Sometimes it's not always like a neighbor coming around, like just a horse going mad. Or here's a better analogy. If someone's trying to tame a horse and this horse is too wild and they just keep bucking, and what they do, some things to tame the horse is they'll let the horse calm down, and then they try to put the saddle on it again. So that honestly, I feel like that's the perfect thing, is let them walk around, let them ruminate, let them go be free. They'll come back, and they'll act like, I don't want to say they'll act like nothing happened. Some of them will be grown with you, and they'll be like, yeah, the way that I acted, the way that you acted, I'm sorry, everything. They'll talk about it and everything. But when they're mad, I think what you said, that's the best. Just let them go be free. I know I have to go I know when I'm pissed, I have to go walk around, go ride my bike, go up and down, and go walk a mountain, something, go for a drive, something that has to do with me getting from A to B. And I think, I think about what's really pissing me off. I think about the person. I think about how that make me mad. I usually accept it. I let it go, and I think about what I'm gonna do next. All the fire signs, I think it's pretty similar to say with them, move on out the way. Let them be mad. Don't tell them to not be like that. I feel like it's trying to contain a bomb. And if you don't know which cord you're supposed to be cutting, you're supposed to be cutting green. Your ass ain't supposed to be cutting purple. Boom, it will blow up in your face. Um, the fire. I call us Fire Nation. People who are like fire dominant. I get a lot of fire dominant people, earth dominant people too. How all those earth people act. I can go in deep into the fire. Can I go deep into the air? Fire and air are sisters, and earth and water are sisters. He comes back and gives you gifts. That's dope. He'll bring you back some tarot cards. That's dope. I think that's fun. That's funny. I wonder what's in the rest of his chart to bring gifts. Some things are just in the individual. You know what I'm saying? Some gifts, some ways that people act, some characteristics, some traits. That's just in the individual. That's just them. He'll come back and bring you gifts if he's mad. I wonder if I do that. I probably need to pay attention. I think I do that because I remember I got kicked out somewhere and I was wanted to come back and buy this girl something, but like it didn't matter anyway. I wonder if I do that. My friend does that too. She's a Sagittarius. But the gifts that she gives me, I'm like, I don't want this shit. Like, just buy me food, girl. Let's just go get some smoothies. She be giving me shit I don't want. The purse I didn't like. How do Aquarius moons get mad? I feel like it takes them a long time to get mad. I don't want to see no air moon get mad. I feel like they don't get mad. They're pretty lucid. They're pretty airy. They're pretty airheads. Oh, they're gonna say something smart. They're definitely gonna say something smart. I think they act similar to fire signs, but they don't get as fiery as us. Now, someone who has an Aquarius moon, they could content. They just like an Aquarius. If they get pissed enough, which could take a while, they'll start to tell you about yourself, and they can get volatile, where they could be ready to fight. Um, oh, one thing I don't like about them, they could try to turn. Do Geminis do it too? They could try and turn everyone against you, like the whole community against you. They're gonna go, well, not. That's how some people put it, but like, yeah, they go tell everybody what you did. Some of them will say what they did too. Yeah, I punched them, and then they punched me back, and we was rolling down the hill. But yeah, some people don't like that they go around telling everybody what happened. And what my question is, why are you doing it if you worried about Aquarius? Will talk about you. Hmm. The Aquarius now, Gemini moon. Oh my God, and they're getting mad at you. That's the devil. Yeah, Sagittarius have gift of gab. Good pastors. They can run all around the pulpit. Um, yeah, Gemini moon. Oh no, that means that motherfucker probably got like 7 personalities that got mad at you. A Gemini moon. They finna come with the logic. I don't know why that makes me think of a Scorpio moon. That would be similar because they sit there and they analyze you. Some of them like to do information gathering sessions. So then they're going to be similar to an Aquarius, but they're going to be quick to let you know about yourself, to let you know what has happened. Just like a Libra moon. A Libra moon is going to be ready to cut it off quick, go. And a Libra moon has already told you all about yourself. And then the water moons, oh Lord, don't do that. Don't get them mad. Just talk to them and listen. Because the Scorpion moon is going to be ready to cut. The Cancer moon is going to be ready to knock somebody out with their claws. I'm so serious, like Mike Tyson. Just knock out. And then the Pisces moon, hell no, that's when they turn into the clown. But the evil clown, it. And they doing just a bunch of crazy fucking shit. For real. What's the last one? The Earth moons, they're all chill. I like them. They pretty chill. But a Capricorn moon, they got to say something. You could be trying to like cover up their mouth, like don't say nothing. They're like, they got to say something. Capricorn moon, they have to say something. The Virgo moon, that would be interesting, and I wonder if they would say something or if they would just go. So that one right there is shaky. Or if they gonna say something, I wonder if they mad. I wonder if they gonna be clawing them. If they gonna be ha. Taurus moon is like the most chill, but once they get mad, it's hard for them to calm down. They got to do the same thing as Sagittarius. They got to walk around and ruminate until they chill. Talk about it till they chill. They're a good person to talk to about their problems, about like your problems, about your problems. Depending on their chart, because some Tauruses have a lot of Aries in them, and they like if they got the Aries in them, you can't do that shit long with them. Yeah, well, next time I'll be on here with the cards. Thank y'all for being here. I am going to get out of here. So all the lives are posted a day after, and then the super links will be on there. So all the links that are in the description, you can click on them and go straight to the page. Thank y'all for being here. I will see you the next live. I'm going to be here Friday, Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. doing the complimentary reads, and then maybe I'll see y'all for a surprise pop-up. Bye.